Hi everybody, mine's Abby and today, as you can tell by the title of my YouTube video, I'm doing my bullying experience. My bullying experience happened from December all the way through to my GCSEs this year, so I will be telling you everything happened. When I say everything, I mean like the main points. There's little things and personal things which I don't want to put out onto YouTube because I don't tell you my life, but I'll tell you most things. I'd also like to put a disclaimer in here that if you get triggered by bullying, like if you've seen it happen to you and you don't like it, or obviously no one likes it, but it's really upsetting you, then this probably isn't the video for you to be watching. There's no like extreme parts of it or things that are really bad to explain, but out of respect I'm not going to say anyone's names, and I hope you watch this video and realise that you're not out there alone. I've gone through it and it's okay not to be okay, and I will support anybody and everybody. So I got bullied in the end of December, like that's when it that's when the issue started for my bullying. It picked up heavily from January all the way through to GCSEs. In the end of November, I was like to myself, I put my story actually, should I go brown, dye my hair brown? So I dyed my hair brown in December. It was like, so we broke up like, I think it's the 19th of December, and I did it on the 18th. And I was really insecure about it, but obviously, you know, just gone with it as it is. I went to school the next day, and I was in a friendship group. Now, I'd just gone from having just like two main best friends called Emily and Megan to go into a completely new group with a new girl, who I wasn't really friends with at the time, so like, it was like all new to me. And her best friend, her sister, and a group of lads. And these lads were new below. So, like, I was like, it's the first time I actually made friends who were boys, because obviously, like, I'd had a boyfriend before, but like I'd never actually got on with like, loads of boys as friends. So I was like, well, it's really exciting. So this is so actually like, so she introduces me to this group, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. So like, I go home to tell mum, like, mum, got loads of new friends, because I'd struggled to make friends throughout school as it was, because I'm just very shy. Well, I used to be very shy and stuff. So I go into this new group and everything's fine, you know, we're just chilling. And everyone's getting on really well. But I kind of noticed that a few of the comments, negative comments, kind of made towards me and my appearance. More so my hair, but there was a lot about my image, my body image, of how I was flat, an ironing board, paper, and the other names I'll bring up later. So these names are kind of getting thrown around in the group, and I'm just kind of a bit like, just ignoring them, like, it's fine, it's boys, it's lads, it's a joke, and it's not a joke. I'm telling you, bullying is not a joke, and any comments are not jokes. So obviously I don't take these to heart. I just kind of, I don't really take what they're saying to heart, to be honest. And after that day I go home and everyone makes a group chat. So my friend at the time, she's my best friend at the time, she asked, do you want to be part of the group chat? And I was like, yeah, sure, add me to it, with everybody in the group, obviously. So add me to this group chat, and everyone's like, who's this? So, like, they already knew who I was, so I was really confused. And then, okay, so like, I got called, like, in the group chat, like, the odd one out and stuff, and, like, just kind of pushed to the side. And they're like, oh, so that's the one that's so flat, like, she's an AA, she's an A, she's got no ass as well, she's got no tits or ass. So yeah, they're like, there's the one that's got no tits or ass. It's the ogre and stuff like that. And I used to think, like, I can't change my appearance. Like, I did squats. I remember countless nights doing squats trying to get bigger, but realised you gotta do glute activators. I've learned. I do workouts a lot, so I've learned now, but Tom didn't. I remember sitting there lying, and my bed was like, so like my bed's not this way, but it's not the other way. I had a smaller bed. And I'd sit there and I was thinking, like, why am I so bad? Like, what is so bad about me? Why am I so different to other people? Why do I feel so worthless? Why do I feel like I don't belong here? So after these group chats like going on, so this group chat's going on all night, and I leave it several times, I get added back, and I get told the same comments. So I messaged one of them, I'm not going to say who, out of respect, but I messaged one of them, and I'm like, why do they do this to me? And they're like, it's just lads, it's just what boys do, I can't stop it. And I said, I'm not asking you to stop, but you know, what am I doing wrong? I can't change how I look right now, unless you want me to get plastic surgery. But does it look like I have grand of money? I don't have bands of money on me. So I was like, Okay then. So on the group chat, we decided that we're going to go to Solihull, which is like it's like a shopping centre for me, like a town, and it's got loads of shops and stuff. So we go there, and like we're chilling in Mackey's, and there's about 11 of us, I think, and we're just all chilling in Mackey's, like boys and girls. And I was like I sat exactly in the middle, so like there was like I think it was in like six chairs on each side. And I was like slap bang in the middle, and like everyone was like kind of like with each other, like getting on it with each other. So like I was just a bit like left out. Like I didn't really mind that. I didn't really want to speak to someone about anyway. So I was just chilling, and like I felt really left out. People getting photos of and going, oh look at her, and then taking photos of me, and then putting them on the story, taking the piece when I was sat next to them. So like this like really upset me, and I couldn't really move out the seat because I didn't want to make a scene. So we leave out of McDonald's, so we come out of Mackey's and we go to the park. And I go, guys, to go for a wee, because I was like, I want to get out of this sort of thing. So I go for a wee. I go to the bus stop, I go to get on the bus. I get several missed calls asking where I am, and I said that I was locked in the toilet and only just came out. Because I'm not going to tell them that I'm sat here because they'd be really angry at me. So they finally found me somehow. I think I left my maps on Snapchat, to be honest. And they found me. And once they found me, they were shouting and screaming at me. And I was literally sat on this little bus like seat thing, and I was like, whoa, it's making my finger shake then. I was like, whoa, like, this is a bit too much. And like you can see tears in my eyes, and like I'm just sitting there like, oh my god. So that was like really bad. And then I go home and we don't really speak. I have an argument with them. Like they're my friends, like I'm trying to get back friends with them because those were my only friends. Because I'd ditched my other friends for these people, which I do regret doing. So we come back after these holidays, like 2-week holidays of Christmas, and I was like, maybe everyone's come to drop the idea that I'm flat and maybe, it might be different, but I was wrong, and I was still called these names, and it was horrible. And I was called a wannabe hoe, a slag, a freak, ugly and fat, and an ironing board. But the word fat stuck with me now still. It creeps back upon me, the word fat, and I hate the word fat. And once you've been told something, you always think it. You always think you're it. If someone tells me I'm fat, then I'm going to believe them. So, thanks guys, because you've stuck with me. So, hope you got what you wanted. And them calling me fat and stuff did lead to a lot of things, and some things that have recently happened. So, I'd appreciate it if anybody, that's what I want to say, like if anybody's going to call on names, please just don't use the word fat, because it can change people's life so much for the worse, especially when they're not even fat. So first, these words, like I said, affected me quite badly, and it's like almost like severely depressed these words were making me, and I was getting to the point where I decided to quit gymnastics, quit it, lost interest because of how sad I felt. I couldn't bring myself to go with all these such happy girls who were smiling and then me just sat there crying. I also decided that I wanted to go alone a lot of places, and I remember one time I came home from school, my mum picked me up and we were just talking, and I went, you know what? She's like, what? And I was like, I want to be alone. I want to be left alone. And I think something like in my mind must have clicked to make me think, why do I want to be left alone? And I remember just thinking, lying in bed, nobody wants me here. What's the point? What is the point carrying on? Why should I bother? These people are making my life a misery. And it was also common social media, but I'm not going to go into detail about that. But there were common social media made, there was group chats, there was accounts made. I don't know accounts made now, but these accounts were like nasty accounts. So I then obviously told my mum to be alone. I went shopping alone a lot. I did stuff by myself, and I just really didn't want to get out of bed. Didn't want to go to school. I hated school, and I'll tell you why it got worse at school. And I basically just stopped enjoying my life. I then decided to tell my mum what was going on, because obviously bringing up comments saying I want to be left alone, telling I was crying her every night, and all this stuff was building up, and I couldn't keep it in. So we told school. We didn't do anything about it for a while until everybody knows that school I was crying and not being who I am. But at this point I completely changed my personality. I was literally I felt so down all the time, and it's just like, it's like a weight on your shoulder, weight on your heart. It's like, oh, I have to do it again, I have to go for it again. And I used to go to sleep at like really early, so I didn't have to wake, so I knew I had ages right to wake up again. because I hated the idea of going to school and knowing that people are going to be there, like these people are going to be at school saying these things to me. So I told school, and eventually when they did stuff, it was very much like they only did something big when big things happened. So at one point I'd argued with them again because they were calling me wannabe hoe and just things like that, cow, and I was like, I'm really not. And I was stood, and they were stood around me in a circle, screaming at me his names, shouting. I couldn't do anything. I didn't know what to do. I was with my friend Amber, and we moved it. I was like, I'm not being in a circle. We moved that circle to like where the classrooms were, and I sat on his desk outside the classroom, and then they all came shouting. These two girls came shouting at me, and I was like, oh my god! And all these boys coming. I was like so overwhelmed. I was like crying, and I was like gonna give up. They've won. That's what I thought they'd won. I thought I was giving in, but they'd won. So after this happened, I was literally devastated that I'd let people ruin my life like this for that time. And then after that, it was a lot of arguments, shouting, writing statements in offices, being called out for things I hadn't done, being called names. I couldn't go around corners of my school without being called names. Like, that's stupid. I couldn't go from one lesson to the next, which was literally a 10-second walk. How bad is that? I was scared. I was frightened. I was petrified. I was then told I was going to get beaten up outside school, and when I was told that, I had teachers, like my head of year, had to come and walk me to my mum's car. My mum would have to pick me up from school because it wasn't safe for me to go home. I also had to go to different lessons. I remember one time I was going to go to Spanish, and I couldn't because we was in literally classrooms next door, so I had to go to a different room completely to do my work, and it just wasn't nice. I also remember at the same time as this bullying going on, I did have a very toxic situation in my life going on, and that really didn't help. So it's quite a lot. After being called his names and stuff, you know, on Instagram, I got a lot of support of people. I had so many people supporting me. Obviously, there's some things in this video I haven't mentioned of how I felt because I don't really want to put my feelings out there too much. But I just like to say it literally kills you, and it just makes you think, what is the point? What am I saying today? So, if anybody is out there being bullied, being called names, even if it's just a name calling before it gets to like, you know, whatever else it progresses to be, I'm more than happy to sort things out for you, FaceTime you, call you, message you, just to make sure you're okay. So please drop me a text. I've put my Instagram in the link, the description box below, to make sure you're okay, because sometimes just having somebody there for you is all you need, and like just a reassurance, because I've gone through it. And you know, this is just one of my experiences. I used to wear JoJo bows, okay, and I used to get bullied so much because of it. So I've had it then, you know, I've had it in so many different cases. Just this was my school one, my last year, and you know, it ruined year 11 for me. I didn't have the best year. High school was the best year of your lives apparently, but it was the worst for mine. What has, however, this experience left me with? That's a question that I would like to talk about. It's left me with a lot of. I'll get sad quite easily, and like I'm quite triggering like sad emotions and stuff. And I'm very sensitive, very, very, very sensitive. And one comment to me, and I'll think about it for like years. Okay, so it's just left me with a different person. I've changed who I am. But anyways, regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I've helped somebody, or I'm helping somebody, and just know it's okay not to be okay, and that there are people out to help you. I'll help you. I've tried online websites when I was upset and stuff called Kooth. I thought that was quite a good website actually. And there's a lot of online counselling ones you can do. But yeah, if anybody needs help, support, I'm literally always here. I'll always answer. And I'm more than happy to discuss your issues and to give you the best advice I can. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and just like spread the word like about the video, because I want people to find it and know